Hello, brothers and sisters. Raven here. And on this live stream, I'm going to start off doing what I normally do. It's just a video because I want to thought I heard something. Anyway, I want to go ahead and put this up later as an edited form of it. So I'm going to go ahead and start off doing it like a video. And then once I'm done, get into discussion with anybody who's joined in. So, hello, brothers and sisters. Raven here. This video is going to be all about a bit of an announcement I have. And then a request. I have started working on a book because of something a friend kind of pushed me to do. And say thank you to him. He's been a big encouragement in all this. And he just came up and said, you need to write a book about this. And at first I was hesitant, just thinking, you know what? So many books about cults by people who've studied it longer than me. But then, as he pushed, I realized, yeah, but I'm the one who's looked at Homestead. So, what I want to do with this is I want to go through and sort of show people a bit of what Homestead is, but not only that, go into a bit of just how it compares to other cults, compare and contrast a bit, give a bit of how people get pulled in, why people join, what is so enticing about it, what it does that's maybe unique that people might not be as used to, even if they've seen other cults, and also how do you keep people out of it? How do you help people who are trapped inside those lies or being trapped inside? So mostly stuff I've talked about here and there on the channel. Just trying to sum it all up into one part. And I'm hoping to keep this down to not too long, if it's just by me. However, what I would love to have, and that's what I wanted to throw out there for anybody who wants to share, come, you can give it to me and let me know. Maybe we can discuss it somewhere. Share it by email, however you want to do it. Up to you. Just either comment here on YouTube on one of the videos, send me an email, let me know. However you want to communicate, just contact me somehow and tell me how you want to do it. But I really want to tell stories of people who came out of Homestead or have some connection to it, or those in it, or maybe have experienced some of what they do to try to draw people in. Things like that. I would love to hear stories from each angle. Now, if I use them, let me just say up front, for anybody who might be nervous about it, might not want to come out and be in the open, I will not tell them your name. I will try and keep the story from being anything where they'll know exactly who told it to me. And I will just make sure it's not something that's going to make it easy for them to identify this person caused an issue, so that they can then bother you, heckle you, however you want to put it. But if you want your name out there, if you'd like to, let me know. Then I'll go ahead and be more open with it. But as the default, I am not going to make this something where it really points toward anybody. I don't want to do that. I would much rather the focus of this be on them, not the person telling the story. So don't worry about that. Try to keep away from that. Now, there's two ways it could be done, and part of that will depend on what I see when I read your story, but again, it's partly based on what you'd want. I'm fine with you going in and writing a story so that I can just put it in the way it is. If there's nothing there that I see as possibly causing an issue, trouble, I'll do it that way if you want. Or if you'd rather have somebody who's used to writing do it for you, I'll go ahead and do it. You just tell me the story and I'll just go from what you've told me. So that part is also up to you. And if anybody wants to just throw in bits of information they have, things that I can add in, I'm willing to listen, but no, I'm not going to use everything. There are some topics I'm barely touching on because even though they've come up, even though people have shared things with me, I want to be absolutely certain of these things, or at least in the book let people know what is not as absolute fact. So some of this is not going to be put in. Some of it you might share with me. I might not want in because it might be something that maybe it was a one-time occurrence, or maybe it was something that happened because of something else that was influencing it, or maybe somehow the story got twisted over time. I don't know. I need to go by what I've been able to confirm is something that happens. Don't worry. Not doing this because I think people are lying to me. There's plenty I would love to tell. Plenty I'm pretty sure of that I'd love to get out there, but I'm not, simply because I need to be careful. That's all it is. It's just caution. Besides, I'm not going to be able to fit everything into this book. There's too much. Way too much. So I need to keep it down. I want to keep it short, like I said. It's one thing that always bugs me in some books, especially ones that have to do with theology and things like that. Sometimes they're way overworded, which we've seen a bit of. But I don't want to let that happen. I want this to be something that gets to the point, that lets people know what's going on, that shows people what's happening, gives them the warnings they need, the help they need, and that's it. So yeah, not everything's going to fit in, but I still would love to be able to get some of the stories out there. So just let me know. Just, like I said, email, it's down in the video description. You can go to the main page for my channel, and there it's also got more information of how to contact me. You can contact me on Facebook. You can contact me by the email, or you can just comment here. There's multiple ways you can get to me. Just let me know. And let me know how you prefer to be contacted. So, that's all I need to let you guys know for the video. See you guys next time. God bless. Okay, so if anybody is watching, which I cannot trust my software, it never ever tells me a very accurate count of who's viewing, how many are viewing, that kind of thing. So I don't trust it. So if anybody's watching and curious, let me know, because I really want to discuss this with some people who have connection to HH, because writing this book is going to be, so far it's been very time consuming, and yet I can't stop. But like I was saying, I really want to make sure this is accurate. I want to make sure that anything I say with certainty is absolutely certain. So it's, the more people I hear confirm, the more certain I can be of it. So if there's anything anybody who might be watching would like to add and like to share or talk about, see if maybe it would fit in, be something good for this book, you can let me know. Chat about it right now. We could comment on the video later. Like I said, I'm going to put up what I just recorded as a shorter video to make that more easy to access and watch. But right now, I really just was kind of hoping be some people on who'd want to talk about what parts of Homestead would most need to be, let's say, that should be higher on the priority list of getting out. Because I want to make sure the book's focused on the right topics. As with the channel, most of it's going to be about their teachings, how they're actually using scripture, what they're trying to do with it, how they draw people in, that kind of thing. Other stuff I might go into more here than I've gone into on the channel, but I still want to focus on that primarily like I do with the channel. So any topic at all, would love to know what you think would be really important to add into this. That really needs to stick out more, maybe. Because I'm about third half the way through the book, and yet I've got so much editing to do, and there may be a lot more to add in later. And like I was saying in the recording, I want to get stories from multiple people in this. Anything people are willing to add of their stories of what they've seen, they've heard. I'd love to have that in. So, see what happens, but that's why I wanted to come on today, is just to let people know, hey, if you want to add into this, I'm willing to listen. Let me know what's more important, what stories you have. We'll see what happens. Right now, let me show you guys. Right now I'm currently working on chapter 6. So I've got 5 done, 6 is being worked on, 7's coming next. And what I have planned is the first one is mostly just backstory of how I got involved, how I came to know about Homestead Heritage, why I started looking into it, what drove me to do what I'm doing now. Second chapter, that is to go through what is a cult, what makes something a cult, why I see Homestead as a cult, that kind of thing. So it's a little more general, but it's kind of to set the stage for what the rest of it is. Okay, chapter 3. It's where I go a little bit more into the origins of Homestead, how it started, where it began, which this is one thing I do need some help with. I don't know if anybody's on right now. It tells me there's 0 viewers, but if anybody's there or anybody watches this later, I would like further confirmation of the dates and locations and things, because I get so many varied stories when I try to look it up online. It's hard to know what's first, what's second. Were they both maybe at the same time? Things like that. So when it comes to Homestead's history, how they got started, I'm very unsure what is real, what isn't, And prior to where things started down that road, when it comes to Blair Adams, that's where I really feel like too many lies, too many stories, too many wives' tales in a sense. Because everything I've read or seen about that part of Blair Adams' life from Homestead Heritage, it's different every time. No consistency. But that's what I want to do here. That's what I've already put. Right now, a lot of things are kind of vague, undefined, because it's hard to know exactly when this stuff happened. Some things I do know, but precise dates is one thing I cannot find. Chapter 4. This is where I go into more of what they teach, what they believe, how people get drawn in even without knowing what's being taught, and how they're, again, that very common metaphor of a frog in boiling water. Fifth one, that is the one where I really get into what it's like being there, what they're, the more social side of it instead of just the teachings. Now that I've got a lot more to add. I've gone through it, but I've gone through like the basics. And that's the chapter where more than any other I want stories. That's why I really would like to hear the stories of prior members, to know a little bit more of what happens at Homestead Heritage. Some more details, some more specifics, things like that. Already got a couple, but not enough to really give a full perspective on it. Six. This one, why a cult? This is what I'm working on right now, and it's all about discussing what makes a cult so useful to Satan, why cults are so effective, and what they're there to do, what the main use of them is about, all of that. 7 is next. 7, 8, 9, 10, those are what I have planned right now. This could easily turn into a lot more. For all I know, this could be 15 chapters, maybe a little more. I don't know, because this list does change constantly as I'm going through this. But right now, this is a basic layout. So, 7, the next one I'm going to write. I'm going to go into a little bit of what I've done on one video here. Well, one video is focused on it, which is what to do about people who are in a cult, getting them out, that kind of thing. Then I want to go into a little bit more of what to do after that, or what to do with people who kind of want to get in but haven't gotten that far in. And then the next one, defenses against when they first start targeting, when they first start coming in, trying to get to people, that kind of thing. And then the last one, what would potentially bring it to an end, or at least remove what real strength it has. That's the general plan I have. So yeah, the first half of it, pretty much all about describing cults and Homestead in particular, which is where I need the help from people who have stories, experience, things to share that I could add in. Because the more of the stories I can share in here, the more I think people will really get a better image of what Homestead is, That's always a great tool for that. So, it's in the first part of it that I need that help more than any other. The other ones would also be very good, particularly when it comes to the talking about the people who are starting to be drawn in, because those of you who may, like me, have friends that are getting pulled into it, hearing more stories of how that's happening, how that's going about, could be very useful. So that's why I'm really looking for other people who want to share, add in, etc. Right now I'm just about 100 pages. I'm expecting to get this somewhere between 200 or 300 pages. I don't want it to be long, like I said. Might even try to cut it down from that. But right now that's about where it looks like it's going. See what happens. Right now, this is the title I have planned. I don't know. I'll stick with this. That's what I expect to. We'll see. But yeah. So I've been working on this for almost 2 weeks now. Just let me know if there's anything you want to add to it, any stories, experiences, that kind of thing. You can come and edit into the comments on the video I'm putting up. Like I said, I recorded beginning of this. Gonna put it up. I hope so. I'm gonna put it up and then I'll let you guys comment there. You can let me know. For now, that's all I wanted to really talk about, show you guys. Interesting. Not many showing up today. Or at least it doesn't seem like it. Says 0 viewers. I may end up just cutting this short. Let me see if... Yeah. I've opened up and it says 1 watching, so... Unless... I'm gonna wait and see if maybe that changes to 2 now. Just don't want to quit if anybody is going to watch. Anybody is going to join in, but if nobody's here, it's kind of better to just get into making the video, putting that up, than spending a lot of time on a live stream when nobody's joining in. Okay. So weird. Or wait, no. What? Whatever. This... This is weird. It's like, see, that's the problem. I cannot trust the numbers. The numbers never match up right. They keep getting weird. So yeah, I just was hoping this would be a time to discuss it with you guys. It's a little happening. Maybe I should do this as more than one video instead. Yeah, now it, okay. You know, going for about half an hour. When no one's joined in. Nobody joins in, nobody chats, nothing. I figure. Let's go ahead. Let's end it. I'll go ahead and start editing that video. Maybe making another. I'll try to put them up so that they're up there so that people can see it and know, hey, would love some help. Would love some more stories. Just let me know. See you guys later.